Hello, welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris Mallard. Thank you for joining me today. We're still working on the show, doing some stuff. I hope you've had a great week. It's Thursday. Wait, can you all hear that? Why do atheists need a morning show? Well, I guess they don't. Some jackass gets on the internet and creates a morning show and calls it the Daily Atheist Morning Show, and you think atheists on the whole need a morning show. That's interesting. No, they don't. Good morning, Nathan. Why do atheists need a morning show? Is it like the news on nothing? Actually, Nathan, since you're there, let me read to you the news on nothing, okay? Hold on a second. One of the things we do here on the show is I have a thing called the millstone. Let me tell you about the millstone, because that's all we do is sit here and wait for nothing, right? Let's go here. Substack? That's where it's at. Substack. Now, I've got this thing, it's called the millstone. Now, just this past week, there were 40 reported instances of sexual assault committed by members of the church or clergy just last week. Yeah, it's not like there's nothing going on, Have you heard that there are some clergy in the military who are upset because they feel like they're getting edged out by Pete Hegseth and his ultra right-wing conservative Christian nationalism. If you're not his kind of pastor or priest or whatever, you don't get promoted. Yeah, you should go check that out. That was interesting. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Let's see if this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let's find out. Boops.
Life is complicated. These are trying times. There are many questions that need answering. Want to know what's going to help? Atheism. With atheism, you'll get rid of dogma, superstitions, and toxic thought patterns that are holding you back. You can drive while taking atheism, as well as use heavy machinery. In fact, drinking alcohol, fornicating, and Sunday mornings are far more enjoyable with atheism. However, there are side effects. Some evangelicals and fundamentalists will think you are possessed by the devil. But you don't have to worry, because you know the devil isn't real. Just like God. Wake up to your life. Believe in yourself. Believe in science. Atheism.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Let's see here. Sign in is making. I just got a new computer, so I'm having a hard time with fucking everything. You know what I mean? If you got a new computer, it's great. It's great until it's not great. Like I'm going to show you something. It's really cool, but I can't show you anything. Because can you hear me? You guys can hear me? Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you could hear me a minute ago or not. So this person said they're neither American nor Christian, so they're leaving. Bye. Seems like an American thing. I was like, why did you even bother stopping and talking? It's like you wasted your own time. I mean, not even counting mine, just like your own time. Good morning, Flocky. I don't know where he went. Away is all that counts, really. I mean, just as long as he went away. You can hear me. Nothing played this time. Last time was a long delay. Well, the problem, my friends, is that I don't have all the commercials set back up in the commercial place yet. I thought I did, and I hit the button, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's not there. Yeah, so that's my fault. Let's see, kind of douchey take. Yeah, but whatever, all right. Too skinny to be fat. Good morning. I hope you're doing great. Did you guys have a good night, Flockmeister, on your Discord thing? I hope you had a good night. Let's see. Do you need atheists now? Let's see. Do you need atheists now? Call 1-800-LEAVE the call. Oh, that's a good one. I like it. Yeah, I'll get my ads fixed. Matter of fact, I can go into kind of like studio mode here, and just for kicks and giggles, oopsie. Yeah, there we go. And now I can kind of maybe as I go along add stuff because I want to play a commercial in a minute, and I don't want to go, oh no, there's no commercials. So it is dead. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Okay, today I just reposted the whole Christianity is for Fools thing. I figured we'd get some Christians in here yapping at us this morning. Hold on a second. Let me go here because I got the atheism in there. That's right. Oh yeah. I even got the ghost scented flash candles. Okay, cool. But it's the fool part is only half the half the equation. Permanent marker, and yeah. I'll tell you. One of the ones I used to do is Larry OG. I quit smoking. I couldn't remember. It was bad. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I talking about? Okay, I'm going to tell you. What was I going to tell you? It was that bad. It was so bad. I thought I was like going senile at 40 or something. But no, it was this particular kind of weed I was smoking. Yeah. So good morning. Too skinny to be fat. Secular feelingness kicked in the door early this morning. Yeah, kind of been a thing. So, I don't have an image over there on that one. That's cool. Christianity creates fools. Does it create them or does it? Oh, I guess in a way it does. I would think obviously it kind of does. But then there's also it attracts them. I wonder what it is. Yeah, it draws. I wonder what it is that attracts them, I don't know. There's this thing about these people who have this distinct lack of that their attachment to reality is slim at best. They like the projection. They really enjoy lying. I don't know. It's a group thing, I guess. Let's see here. I think my chats are broken too. We don't care, do we? Hell, everything's broken today. But that's okay. But who cares? To my right, I got ministers, more sinister than ministers. To my left, I got Baby Ray, stars, stage, and screen. He's not going to get much out of this because he's stone deaf. Good morning, everyone. So, let's see if I can keep it on track here long enough to do the thing. Add source, media source. All right, here we go. I will. Let's go here. Foreskin Restore Kit. Because I want to play that one for you guys. The Foreskin Restoration Kit. That's what it's called. There we go. Foreskin Restoration Kit. Just in case. Oh, yeah. I've been very excited. I was very excited. I'm going to... I got a new computer. My old computer was junk. Well, it wasn't junk. It just couldn't keep up to the new stuff, Damn it. And I'm all excited. I got my new computer and I'm ready to go. So I went to go and install my DaVinci Resolve and I can't find the key. I spent $350 for that key and I can't find it. This is not the first time I've lost it. And the last time I lost it, I eventually found it. It's like, you know what? I'm going to put this in a safe place. And I can't find it again. Damn it. Let's see. Good morning, Idaho Yeti. What a cool name. Idaho Yeti, good morning. God is your father and he loves you even if you don't believe he exists. Well, you think so? Would you create a place where you were going to torture your children for all eternity if they weren't going to believe in you or trust you? Or is that how you love? I don't think God loves at all. Have you actually read the Bible, like the Old Testament especially? See, the Old Testament's the face of God. The New Testament is just like Jesus, who's like a bouncer. God lets you into heaven. If you believe in him, you go to heaven, but you still got to face that Old Testament God creature. You've read that, right? It hates people. It hates humans. You remember whenever it drowned all the children from Noah's Ark, it gave the excuse they were wicked in their hearts from childhood. And that was the excuse why God creature drown them all. Isn't that weird? I was talking to a lady one time. I told this story yesterday on the show, day before yesterday. This sweet little old lady. And we were talking about Noah's Ark and God and all this. And I was an atheist and she was a Christian. And you just never know with these people, you know what I mean? And so, but I was like, well, okay, so what did she was arguing that the sinful, wicked people deserved it because they're sinful or wicked or whatever. And I was like, well, what about the babies on the ark, the young kids, there who were drowned by, God during the Noah's Ark adventure? And her response was, well, they must have deserved it. And, it was kind of at that point where I was like, wow. To see here this little old lady, I mean, yeah, it gave me pause there. Let me go here. Commercials. All right. Is that the foreskin restoration kit? Let's see if this works. I mean, I don't know. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, there it is. Which one is it? Which one? Je ne sais pas. Let's do that one. I hope that's the one. All right, here we go. And this thing here, can I make this bigger? Give me a second. I'm just going to go up here to El Topo Layer O, and I'm going to see if I can make this notifications thing more grande. Mas grandeo? Hold on. So the emotes wall is supposed to, I hope I made it bigger. I made the emotes bigger. Hopefully, I hope they didn't make it too big. Chat emote. All right, there we go. Featured chat. There it is. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's more gooder. Can y'all see that? Is that good? It feels more gooder. Ooh. Yes. Aha. Yeah, we'll try it like that. We'll see what happens. Okay, cool. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Now let me go out of here. Studio mode. Look at that. Good morning. There we go. Awesome sauce. I'll adjust it as we go forth or fifth. Let's see. Garrett, MD. Are you really an MD or you just claim you're an MD? I'm just curious. I mean, you may not even claim. That may mean anything. Maryland, I don't know. I shouldn't presume. We chose to come to this mortal world before we were born. We were really? Something tells me you just made that up. I mean, how could you possibly know? Anyway, and it makes us adults who are afraid to think and suspicion. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's Zarkros. It moved. We chose to come to the mortal world. We were born knowing all of the trials we would face and all of the evil we would encounter due to the free agency of others, yet we chose to come. Yeah, I don't think we did. One of the things I've learned as I've gotten older is that, when you get off your psych meds, man, it's not good. You should go get your psych meds, take a pill or two. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You should really take your medicine. I'm just saying. You did string a lot of words together, though. They were English words. Sentences. It could have been a haiku. Good morning, man. I'm giving you shit. But you give me plenty of reason to give you shit. Moz, first you have to create the demand for the goat candles by lots of sinning. That's very true. Oh, and it really is popping up every single thing up there. I need to figure out how to make that not happen. I will do it. Let's see here. Man, that sucks. Why so difficult? Why so difficult? Why has it got to be so difficult? Yeah. Messages, mechanics, visibility. Hide avatars, hide timestamps, hide badges. That didn't work. Show only stream events. Man, this is such a pain in the ass. I do appreciate your patience with me, guys. For those of you who don't know, I just rebuilt the show. And it's not like the show didn't already suck, but now that I've rebuilt my computer and my show, it worked before. Let's see. Use first names, delete names, hide name icons. Why you gotta be a jerk? Ooh, let's try this. I want to see if my commercial here worked. Let's see if this worked. Were you circumcised at birth? Or did you change your faith for a woman and now she's gone? Or did your sister's lockjaw flare up at the worst possible time?
Guilty as charged.
Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. It won't cost you an arm and a leg, just an eyelid. Testimonials are already coming in. Mike from Dallas, Texas writes, ever since I got my penis caught in the blender, I haven't felt like a real man, but now I'm back and intact. Thank you, Father Flanagan. Steve from Florida says, I didn't really want my foreskin back, but my wife insisted. We did it and, well, you should see the look on her face. King Kelly writes, wow, getting my foreskin back literally doubled my length. After all these years, I can finally hold my heads high. Thank you, Father Flanagan. Father Flanagan's at-home foreskin restoration kits are part of our Tips for Tots and Adults community outreach program. Free eye patch and eye mister with each purchase. You can tell just by the look on his face whether he's packing or he's lacking. Microsurgery available for those extra small jobs. And in case you have any problems, Father Flanagan's highly trained medical staff are ready and waiting for your call.
Oh my God.
I've never seen so much blood.
Thank you, Father Flanagan.
Thank you, Father Flanagan.
Father Flanagan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. Coming to a Walmart near you. All right, so we are back, and I still don't know how to make it stop the thing, so I'm just going to make it stop for now. Let me do that real quick. Sorry about that, because I'll just sit here and fuck with it. Go here, top layer, and then I'll go over here to alerts. See, Streamlabs alerts is still, okay, that's probably still working. Multi-stream Ninja alerts, that might be working. We'll know shortly if something happens. Feature chat, that's it. Sorry, guys, just turn that off. There we go. Okay, let's see. I never claimed to have some proof that will validate my claim to others. I am merely presenting that there are other perspectives to the idea that God forcibly sent us here. He didn't. I think you're in the wrong place for this conversation. There are people maybe out there who believe that we have spirits and we were thinking before we were alive. That's not us. That's not us. This is not that group. Is that group with you now, in the room with you now? I mean, if that's not what we think. This as an atheist, no. Actually, I often use that argument, like, what's it like when you die? Well, it's just like it was before you were born. You remember what it was like? Oh, yeah, it's black, comfortable nothingness. So, unless, of course, you remember what it was like now. But yeah, it's actually other theists, other believers, it sounds like you're trying to argue with there. You never claim to have some proof that will validate your claim to others. You are merely presenting that there are other perspectives to the idea that God forcibly sent us here. He didn't. See, the whole phrasing is the God creature is assumed. Done. It's done. There is a God creature. Now, your argument, at least in this conversation, is did it send us here without our permission, or did it forcibly? Did we know ahead of time what was going to happen, or... Good morning, Godless Granny. How are you doing? It's been a while. I hope everything's going great. I'm working on my show. I've got a new computer, so my show's broke. You know how my show's usually broke. You can't validate the existence of your God either, so you have no leg to stand on. True. Good morning, Jason Garrett. Thank you for joining us. One of the things that I really think is funny is they'll come in, they're like, your science or your evolution ain't got no evidence. And I'm like, well, give them lots of evidence. Show them lots of evidence. Of course, whenever you give them hundreds of millions of pieces of fossil bones and then all the living evidence, the living fossils and all that stuff, the changes, the differences, the evolution of the eye and the different, anyway. And they still don't believe? What more evidence could you possibly give them? I mean, they what they want a cat shitting out a dolphin, and they're not going to be happy until that's what they get. And of course, that's ridiculous. Whenever we talk about, this is something I learned recently. I didn't really know this. We talk about how mankind, like us, has been around 100,000 to 300,000 years, something like that. The Australopithecus, those bastards just before us, they were here for 3 million years. 3 million years on the planet Earth. So this, we try to explain to them that changes like that come over a great amount of time because, a cat cannot shit out. I mean, a dolphin or a whale. However, a mammal, a group of mammals that go back into the water over millions of years can actually become aquatic seafaring creatures. We've got evidence of that. Whales with hip bones and stuff. Nancy, Godless Granny says, and they say atheists have no morals. Did you see the new stats that of the 53,000 prison inmates, only 101 identify as atheists? Cool. I knew the number was low. I remember a long time ago, the argument was it was like 2% of atheists were the ones but I heard that was completely overblown. And in fact, yeah. So man just appeared out of nowhere sounds like a miracle to me. It sure does. Science tells you how, can't tell you who or why. Huh. Well, I'm curious now. Just kind of seeing where this is going. No God is assumed. Can't prove it is no God. Oh, you're saying no God. Can't prove it is not God. I don't know what you're going at now. Kind of lost me there. Let's see. So man just appeared out of nowhere. Sounds like a miracle. Nukta, I'm not really sure which side of the fence you're on at this point. But anyway, welcome to the show. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Godless Granny, how are you doing? Did you get to the NanoCon this year? I did not get to NanoCon this year. I was doing Shakespeare, so didn't get to do the thing. Why are atheists so angry? Genuine question. Well, I didn't recognize the question. What was the question? Was there a question? An Australopithecines. They was here a long time. Let's see. Science can't. All right, so science tells you how, can't tell you who or why. That's a statement. Is there a question in here somewhere? I'm not seeing a question. Maybe there's a question I don't realize. Hold on a second. Let me just go back over this. Good morning, everyone. All right, so there we go. Idaho Yeti. Good morning. Oh, Ricardo Riley. Good morning. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to show y'all earlier I have a new newsletter. It's called The Millstone. It comes out every Sunday, and what it does is I have this thing that goes and gets all these RSS feeds and collates these things, and it gives us a report on how many people of the clergy or of the church, of the ministry, whatever, have been arrested or whatever for either arrested or the cover-up of sexual assault by somebody from the church. Last week there were 40 reported instances of either a church member being arrested, convicted, a church covering it up, hiding it, moving somebody, this sorts of thing. It's kind of so it's I wish I had a link, but I'm broke. My computer's broken right now because it's new and it's not actually broke. So anyway, so let me go here. Let's see if I'm learning this software here. Oh, there we go. Why are atheists so angry? Oh, genuine question. Oh, that was the question. Why are atheists angry? Well, I don't know necessarily. I don't think atheists on the whole are angry. Are they? Are we angry? I don't think so. I kind of come off as a little angry. I'm a little bit of I think that's just my personality, though. I get wound up. I'm a Daffy Duck kind of person. I'm just excitable. I'm not angry at all. But then, sometimes theists come in and they do say really stupid things. And I get frustrated sometimes. I have to admit that is true. It is a flaw in my character. Let's see where we got here. I came to the channel and you are calling God evil, even if we are just speaking in a theoretical sense. Can you claim this idea of God as evil, even if we choose to come here in this scenario? I'm guessing English isn't your first language, and I appreciate that. Okay, so come here with knowledge of the things that we would face. Can you still claim God as evil? Well, yeah. I mean, evil is a matter of perspective, isn't it? Evil's a word. It's just a word. It's a word that describes, in your cases, as far as a religious person, evil to you is, or I'm presuming, something that, or someone that does something unfortunate, or is something unfortunate, really wicked or really bad, that your God creature does not like. Am I wrong? That's what something that is evil. If it's good, it's good. It's righteous. It's either righteous or it's wicked. It's good or it's evil. And then that is determined by your God creature as to whether or not something is good or evil. Right? So, I mean, yeah. So by that, I mean, then we have to find an actual moral standing that we agree upon. Like you and I, we were raised in a society where we both believe it's bad to hurt children. It's bad to do all kinds of things. It's bad to murder pregnant women. It's bad to do those things, right? I mean, can't we agree that those things are bad, morally speaking? Objectively, between me and you, morally, can't we agree that those things are bad? And yet I can sit here and find in the Bible where your God creature is doing all of those things. Murdering children. Commanding the murder of pregnant women. There was the one where it's what is it? Is it Numbers 5? I think it is Numbers 5. I think that's the one. Go look it up. Where Moses is commanded, God commands Moses to kill all the Midianites. Moses commands his people to do it. His generals come back and say, hey, we killed everybody but these women and these children. We didn't kill them. And Moses goes, you need to kill all. Now, they already killed all the men. You need to kill all the little ones among the men, among the males. Kill all the little ones among the males. And then kill all the women who have known a man. That includes pregnant women. And then save the little ones of the girls for yourselves, for sex slaves. So that's God creature. Now, by our moral standards, I would think you and I would agree that all of those things are immoral, wouldn't you? I mean, there's a verse in Ezekiel where God tells you that he commanded Moses and his people to sacrifice their children to him, to sacrifice their firstborn sons to him. Is that not evil? Would you not think that's evil? That's not evil by you. And the reason why is probably going to be because what did they do to deserve that, right? What could they possibly do to deserve something like that? Of course, I don't know. Let me see here. I'm going on about myself. Let's see here. Zarlon 13, what an interesting name. Cool. Nice to welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see here. Drowning babies is a big one. A level of cope from atheist is insane. All right, sure. Okay, fine. Cope on. Godless granny. It's bad to murder anyone, really, unless, you're doing it in the name of God, right? And then, and for the individual, Zarian atheists like you do nothing but cope. Yeah, I guess so. I'm just coping. Just sitting around coping. That sounds like some Christian projection right there, doesn't it? I'm actually created a channel and I'm spreading the word, trying to show people how disgusting and ridiculous your religion is. It's not like I'm sitting here doing nothing but coping. No. You're not wrong. I am coping, but it's not all I'm doing. Let's see here. God murders children for fun. At least medical abortions are for actual reasons. Well, that's a whole different conversation right there. I mean, that depends on the circumstance, doesn't it? Depends on the reason for the abortion, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'm not qualified to have that conversation. Oh, by the way, let's go here. I just want to do this for you because the individual probably is either left, I guess. Oh, I don't have my notes program. I don't need my notes program. It's a piece of shit notes program, I tell you. Okay, so let's go here. So sacrificing your children is bad. Murdering children is bad. Commanding other people who worship you to murder their own children is bad. Is that evil? Where'd he go? Where'd the guy go who was wanting to know about evil? Are you still there? Oh, well. I mean, just by my standards, that would be evil. Ezekiel 20. Ezekiel 25. Is that it? Nope. I got some. I don't have my notes. Hold on a second. I'll find it for you. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry. I don't have all my commercials, so... Oh, son of a bitch. At least the coffee was cold. Ezekiel 20:25. Shit. Ezekiel 20:25. In case you're curious, let's do this. Let's come over here. Ezekiel 20. We'll just go to Ezekiel 20. Ezekiel 20. Let's see. So here we go. And then I'm going to go clean up my coffee mess. Let's see here. Ezekiel 20:25. Yeah. And here it is. Here's God. This is the one where God's commanding. He's bragging to Ezekiel about how he told Moses beforehand to sacrifice their firstborn sons to him. This is God speaking to Ezekiel. He calls him son of man a lot. Let's see. So I gave them statues. This is verse 29. And the reason why is because he freed them from Egypt. And as soon as he freed them, they started worshiping the gods of their parents. Boy, that's a horrible, horrible sin. That's bad. Oh my gosh. That's horrific. And for that, God creature commanded them. He gave them statutes that were not good and laws through which they could not live. He defiled them. He says, I defiled them through their gifts, the sacrifice of their firstborn. That's God admitting that he told Moses to sacrifice his firstborn. Fun for the whole family. And then you go to Exodus 13, verse 1 and 2, and you'll find, what do you find? That's actually the verse where Moses is being commanded by God creature to sacrifice his firstborn. Let's see if it's... we already did that one. Let's do the goat-scented flesh candles. Damn the thing. I've been looking for... Studio mode. More gooder? Is that indeed the most goodest that it's been, I think? Audio bugged. Is the audio still bugged? I know. The great notice, the Lord smite me. That's true. Wouldn't be the first time, actually. I mean, I get smited all the time, especially when, if you're talking about coffee. It's getting spilled in the coffee all the time. Because I got my hands. I got like this one here. This was a gift mug. I love it. It's got puppy dog feet on it, and it's obviously, invisible. And that's really cool. I love invisible cups. But it's like really large and bulky. It's really big. And I got like the show I'm trying to run here with my hands and pushing this button. It get crazy. You may get, oh, wait a second. No, you need to go figure out what you're talking about. You need to get a clear understanding of what God is telling Ezekiel. God hated child sacrifice, but allowed the Israelites to do it because they refused to stop doing something he hated. No, he didn't allow them to do it. He commanded them to do it. Let me go here, right here, in this very chapter, right here that I just read to you. God's own word says he told them to do it. He told them to do it. He told them to do it, right here. I told them to do it. Yes. And it doesn't sound like he hated it, does it? No, it doesn't. In fact, hold on a second. Let's go back again to Exodus 13. See, this is what we're talking about here. See, this is a perfect example of this, my friends. Look, check this out. So we know what it says. We've been there before. We've seen this. We've written and read it. We know what the context is. God is talking to Ezekiel, and he's telling Ezekiel that I freed those people from their captors. And as soon as I did, they went back to worshiping the gods of their parents, and that pissed me off, so I smited them. I smited them. I gave them laws they could not follow. And I desecrated, what did he say? I defiled them through their gifts, the sacrifice of every firstborn, that I might fill them with horror, so that they might know that I am the Lord. That's Ezekiel, verse 26, 25, and 26. Now over here in Exodus 13, we've got the very first two lines. The Lord said to Moses, consecrate to me every firstborn male. The first offspring of every womb among the Israelites belongs to me, whether human or animal. That's God commanding Moses to give the firstborn. There is another place down here, I think it's verse 13, where they say they can redeem the firstborn of every son. Not the same though. Now they do. You can redeem a lamb with every firstborn donkey, but if you don't redeem it, you have to break its neck. So is that to apply to your son? If you don't redeem it, you have to break his neck. Interesting. Way to go, God there. Then down here it tells them again, right here. This is right here. Moses is saying, when Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, the Lord killed the firstborn of both people and animals in Egypt. You hear that, right? People and animals in Egypt. This is why I sacrificed to the Lord the first male offspring of every womb and redeemed the first of each of my sons. Yeah. But wait. I know. I mean, but it does it again. It does it again. It does it again. Yes, it does. Let's see here. Let me find it. Where is it? Because I don't have my notes. Remember, it's Exodus 24? No, it's 23. And it's funny. They already know, like, it's common knowledge that Abraham almost sacrificed his son. Why did that happen? Well, odd, isn't it? That it was kind of a thing back then, wasn't it? It seemed weird that he just popped up one day and said, hey, I'm going to go do this thing. No, actually, they were commanded by God. Well, oh, yeah, this is a good one right here. Yeah, right here. Yeah. This is the one. Is it my one? Yeah. Hold on. I will send my terror ahead of you and throw into confusion every nation you encounter. What kind of God creature is this thing? I mean, like whenever it says it's going to, you go and have Pharaoh free our people or my people, but I'm going to harden Pharaoh's heart so I can show my signs to the people of Egypt. And his signs are the 10 fucking plagues. Wowzers. Let's see here. That may not be it. Oh yeah, here we go. No, is this it? This is it. Okay, so this is verse Exodus chapter 22. God creature is giving them some rules. Interesting. I don't actually know the viability, how doable the rules are, because I don't actually live back then. So, but here we go. Let's go down here to the bottom. Let's go back to, there's another 8. Number 25, if you lend money to one of my people among you, right? 26, if you take your neighbor's cloak and pledge it. 28, because 27 is just a continuance. 28, do not blaspheme against God or curse the ruler of your people. That would make sense why all the Christians support Donald Trump. Anyway, number 29, do not hold back offerings from your granaries or your vats. You must give me the firstborn of your sons. Do the same with your cattle and your sheep. Let them stay with their mothers for 7 days, but give them to me on the 8th day. You are to be my holy people, so do not eat the meat of an animal torn by wild beasts. Throw it to the dogs. It does not give you a redemption clause. So, God creature bragging that he told these people to sacrifice their children. Ezekiel. And right here, you can go see him do it. But you don't care, do you? Do you care? Do you care? Does the truth matter? I guess not if you're a Christian, huh? Man. Do you have an atheist friend or family member who's a good person and you don't want to see them end up in hell? But now they're on their deathbed. Time is running out. They've been there for you and now you want to be there for them. But how can you save them from your all-loving, forgiving God and its eternal lake of fire? Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of Atheist Deathbed Conversion Bibles. No more worries of loved ones meeting their resolution without absolution. Now you too can force your faith on the weak and helpless in their final moments. Father Flanagan's line of Atheist Deathbed Conversion Bibles are designed specifically for the weak and infirmed. Extra large type for failing eyes seeing their last. Deluxe editions come complete with a post-mortem Mother Teresa would have approved baptismal kit. Also available in heathen and heretic versions. Father Flanagan's line of Atheist Deathbed Conversion Bibles. Coming to a Walmart near you. Nazir, good morning. How you doing? Hope you don't mind if I chat, or if I eat while we chat. Nazir says you're opening the door to Satan to enter your life. And then Nazir says you are bewitched by the enemies in your life. Now, Nazir, were you not listening like just a minute ago when I was talking about how God creature commands and murders the firstborn? I mean, even you know about the first sons of Egypt, right? That right there is murdering children. God creature commanding the murder of children. Passover is where you go hurt an innocent lamb, because hurt an innocent lamb, put that lamb's blood over your door, so the angel that's coming to murder all the firstborn sons of Egypt won't kill your child. The angel that's coming to murder, I'll say it again slower. The angel that's coming to murder all the firstborn children of Egypt. So maybe the deal is that, you're using the word Satan like Satan's a bad person. But when you look at the actions of your God creature, it reads like a fucking pit demon from hell, does it not? Look at its actions. Look at what I just said. It lied to its own people because it freed them from Egypt, and instead of being a wonderful, loving God and convincing them to follow it through those measures, they wouldn't do it. Now, that's the crazy thing, isn't it? They just got freed from Egypt by this God creature, and yet they still didn't worship him for some reason. Isn't that weird? Why would they do that? I don't know. But they're worshiping the gods of, Hathor, the gods of Egypt, because that's where they just came from. And God creatures pissed off at them about it. And he commands them to murder all the firstborn of their children. Does that sound like a loving, merciful God to you? Does that sound more like a pit demon? Does it sound like a pit demon, a beast from the pits of hell, would ask for the sacrifice of pure, innocent people? That sounds more like a demon kind of devil kind of thing than a loving, merciful Father kind of thing, doesn't it? When you go read the examples of the God creature interfering with people throughout the Old Testament, he always reads like an evil demon, doesn't he? Doesn't he? And go read chapter 2 and 3 of Genesis. God lies to Adam and Eve. He lies. The serpent does not lie. He tells them the truth. Go read. Don't listen to me. I'm not going to explain it all. I'll be brief. He says they'll die. Serpent says they won't die. They'll gain knowledge. They did not die. And at the end of the chapter 3, God says they gain the knowledge, just like the serpent had said. And they weren't, so God lied right from the beginning. And then drowning all of his own children. So wait a second. God creates man, work with me here, and then allows the Nephilim and the sons of man, or sons of God, to come down. And sons of God came down and did immoral, wicked things with the women of men, the daughters of men. And they took them for their wives. And then what was the Nephilim? What was up with that? I mean, it's like the innocent humanity that had just been created is all these horrific things are thrown at it. Again, the Nephilim and then the sons of God who come down and apparently rape all of them. And yet God is mad at them, goes off on them, drowns every one of them. Let's see here. Let's see. Was wicked. Here it is. Genesis 8:21. Ooh, that's even better. Every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continuously. Then we've got, that's not even my favorite one though. Here it is. Yeah, oh yeah. 8:21. Ooh, that's good shit right there. Hold on a second. 8. Bum, 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 bum. Yes. So, come on. Work with me here. Let's see. Okay. Verse 20, chapter 8. Genesis 8, verse 20. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. I don't think God likes you very much. And he loves you? Yeah, this does not sound like a loving God. Sean Signs, good morning. Sean Designs, ooh, that's cool. Good morning. Let's see, serving my Redeemer. Oh, man. Lamentations. Really with Lamentations. Isn't that cute? Don't leave. I'm just curious. Really? It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. You know, that's kind of the thing, though. God creature is all about victim blaming. Blaming you. Blaming you. Blaming the victim. Eve. You can't say Eve. That is absolute victim blaming. What did Eve know? She did not know good from evil. She did not know right from wrong. She was absolutely ignorant. Right? She was not there when God creature told Adam not to eat the apple. Nope, she wasn't. And here comes a serpent. And she's supposed to be able to defend herself intellectually from this serpent. Obviously a creature from the horde of heaven. So it's some kind of heavenly body, some kind of creature, right? It's not ignorant. It's not just a snake. It's an intellect with the power, if you think it's Satan or Lucifer, it's an intellect with the power of Lucifer or Satan, one of the most powerful angels in heaven or hell. And Eve was supposed to defend herself intellectually from this person, this individual, this creature. But when she didn't, whose fault was it? Does it blame the serpent? Yes, it does. It takes the serpent's legs away. But serpents didn't have legs. Anyway. That's kind of funny, isn't it? It takes the serpent's legs away. But as far as we know, serpents always crawled on the ground. Now, there are some vestigial bones and stuff because, you know. But really, when you think about it, that's not a punishment for a serpent, is it? I mean, it's not really a punishment. And for man, he was already a gardener working in the garden, working the ground. That was already what he was doing. And Adam's punishment is that God was going to make the ground hard for him to work. But woman's punishment was pain in childbirth for all of women forever. And the love of your man. The love of your husband is a punishment by God. Genesis chapter 3. What a loving God creature you have there. Merciful, merciful. You know, Job is a perfect example of how evil and disgusting the God creature is. When Satan comes up and the whoever, however you want to phrase it, comes up and says, look, why is your follower only follows you so loyally because you're so good to him, essentially. And God just falls for that. God creature falls for that. And just starts beating the shit out of Job. Tell me you love me. Bang, bang. Tell me you love me. Bang, bang. Tell me you love me. Wench, get out of here. His wife says, oh, why don't you curse this God and blah, 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 blah. And then she goes away. You never hear. What? But go read Job. Go read the story of Job where God is literally abusing Job. It reads like an abusive husband beating his wife all through the house. And even when it was finally done, where she could barely lift her hand up, she was like, I love you, honey. Have you not read the story of Job? Your God creature is fucking disgusting. Abraham of the Abrahamic religion, the man whose name the religion is named after, raped his own wife's slave, had a baby with that slave, abused the slave so much that it ran out into the desert with that baby, got sent back by an angel. Then whenever he went ahead and finally had his own legitimate son through his own real wife, and that son was weaned, then he kicked Hagar and his own son out into the desert to die. This is the father of the Abrahamic religions. Yeah, it kind of makes sense that your religion is shit. Have you never heard the stories about how they, like in this one here, it talks about they spread the blood on the altar. I was reading that. Or there's another one in there where Moses or Abraham, one of them, they get cows, they slit the cows' throats, they catch the cow's blood in the bowls, and they sprinkle it on the altars, the little stone altars, and then they sprinkle it all on the worshipers while the worshipers chant, holy, holy, holy is the Lord. It's disgusting. You worship a pit demon at best. At best. I'm just saying. All right, so let's see here. Which one should I do that? Oh, should I do postmortem? I'll do postmortem. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to get us going real quick. En moment, s'il vous plaît. Let's go here. I do apologize that my stuff is not right and done yet, but we'll get there. So I need to add a source, and what is that? Postmortem, baptismal kits. I like that one. Postmortem, I got to make sure the buttons work over here. As I build my show, right? I'm rebuilding my show. So come on, baby. And go. And go. Touch Portal is a twat sometimes. There you are. All right, so postmortem, and it is called indeed, just called baptismal. See, that's why I looked. Baptismal kit. Baptismal kit. Awesome. Let's see what happens here. Boopsies. I think that's the one. Here we go. Let's go. Boopsie. And now. Oh, son of a bitch. I hit cancel instead of okay. I hate it when that happens. All right, here we go. Media. All right, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to... All right, we'll go here. Okay. And there it is. Is that it? Let's see here. Baptismal kit. All right. Oh, shit. Aha, that's it. That's where I screwed up. Boopsie. Okay. And now I go here, and then, sorry guys, bear with me. I'm almost done. Remove. Yes. And we're going to see if this works. So here we go. Fingers crossed. May the odds be ever in our favor.
You have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No.
Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my...
Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is... It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. All right, so we're back. Let's see here. I'm looking through stuff. We've got a couple of people in the chat. King of Kings in the Flesh says most Christians live in sin. Very few are saved. In in saved and live in salvation. Cool. I'm going to pin that. You're right. Most Christians, they're all wrong. You got it right, though. And you know what? All the other Christians seem to think so, too. All of them. Let's see. Coral Films says Christ is king. I'm just going to be brief. Christ was never king. He was never king. Never was. So, yep. This is putting self-interpretation on display. Really? Good morning, David. Dead Bear Kai, have you been touched by his noodly appendage lately? Not enough. Easy Loves, are you a believer in the resurrection of Jesus Christ? Are you asking me? I hope you're not asking me. I am not. No. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to get rid of the Christ is king thing because he was never king. Never had a throne, never had a border, never raised an army, never levied taxes, never did anything that a king would do. The only thing he did was say, allegedly, he said, later on I'm going to be king after I die in heaven later. I can say that. Shit. Anyway, here we go. I want to do this real quick. Chad USA says you hate the Jews, Christians, and Muslims. No, I don't. I don't actually hate the people generally, normally. It's their actions. Yeah, and I generally deal with Christians because they're the ones here in the United States that are forcing their bullshit on us, not the Muslims or the Jews, generally, normally. That's why I focus on Christians. Anyway, so done. Fun. Let's go on. Let's see. Jump scare, said Chrissy. And then, so we're back to these two guys here. John Brewer. You like the book of Matthew? Cool, me too. Let's talk about the book of Matthew. Matthew 16:18, King James Version. And I say unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. I don't know. Is that rock still there? Is that church still there? I don't know. It's certainly not. If you're talking, now see, this is Matthew, so if this is Jesus speaking, then yeah, it's probably not, is it? Interesting. Anyway, so in the book of Matthew, though, that's what got my attention. You were talking about the book of Matthew. And up here we've got this Christ of King of Kings in the flesh, talking about most Christians live in sin. Very few are saved. And this is one of my favoriteest pieces of rhetoric that I like throwing around, where I show you now how your Jesus Christ talks about how he's going to murder billions of people. And he does it in the book of Matthew. So let's go over here to the book of Matthew. Let's see. Matthew, which one is it? 24? Hold on, let me find it. No? Okay, so it's maybe one. I'll get there. Hold on a second. And apparently was powerless when his imminent enemy came and sowed weeds among the seeds. And then gets mad at the weeds. Let's see. First collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned, then gather the wheat and bring them into my barn. He told another parable, kingdom of the seed. The man took the, well, damn it. That's a bad example. In this one here, though, if you go read it, they spread the seeds out, and then they blame the people. But they blame the seeds. I want to read this. Okay. Sown in their own hand. This is the seed sown along the path. The seed falling on rocky ground refers to someone who hears the word and at once receives it with joy. But since they have no root, they only last a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. Why? Because of their root. They didn't have a good rooting. The seed falling among the thorns refers to someone who hears the word, but the worries of his life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the word, making it unfruitful. But the seed falling on good soil refers to someone who hears the word and understands it. So it's the seed's fault where it falls. And I think that's a good example for Christianity. Yeah, they blame you. It's all about victim blaming. We talked about Eve earlier, lots of victim blaming going on. Oh, but where was I? This actually wasn't even what I was going for. Parable of the weeds explained, then he left the crowd. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Hold on. Yep. Here we go. He answered, "The field is the world, and the good seeds stand for the people of the kingdom. The weeds are the people of the evil one. And the enemy who sows them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels." So we go on. "As the weeds are pulled up and burned in the fire, so will it be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will weed out of his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do evil. They will throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun." So that's Jesus saying him and his angels are going to come and throw everybody, essentially, who is unrighteous, I guess, who is wicked, who's not righteous, which you mean is obviously, I'm bringing that back to, into a burning furnace. And then he says it again, right down here. "This is how it will be at the end of the age." Verse 49, "The angels will come and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." So if Jesus were to come back right now, how many people would that be that Jesus is talking about he and his angels would be murdering right now? How many? Well, let's see. We've got all the Muslims, all the atheists, all the Hindu. We've pretty much got everybody except Christians. But wait, that's not true. Right here, King of Kings in the flesh says most Christians live in sin. Very few are saved and live in salvation. And almost all of them feel the same way. They'll come in here and they say this all the time, that those other Christians are doing it wrong. So we're talking between 6 and 7 billion people that Jesus is bragging about. He's going to come back here and throw them into a furnace, him and his angels. Now, you got to know it's every man, woman, and child, right? Even the babies go in the furnace. You know that, don't you? Have you not read the Bible? You don't think your God kills babies? All right. So we did that one there. Let's see right here. I'm going to do one more of these, and I'm going to stop. Let's see. Why are you mad? Who's mad? Somebody mad? Serving my Redeemer. For behold, the Lord will come with fire with his chariots like a windmill or whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. The destruction of your hideous god, devil, demon, pit creature. Right? Remember the story of the Midianites. God commanded Moses to murder every man, woman, and child. Love you, Midianites. Ooh, let's do this one here. Let's go studio mode. So, we go here. Ooh, and we're gonna go. Wait, don't run off. I hope both of my copies do the thing. Let's go add source, and this one is. There we go. Let's do that. Boopsie. Mi burrito está. No, sorry guys. Again, my shit's broke. I'm fixing it. Not like today or tomorrow, but someday I'll fix it. All right, here we go. Let's do this right quick. Let's see what happens. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? I don't know. I don't know.
Are you feeling the world is leaving behind? You look at all the pseudoscience, rumors, and wild speculation on the internet and wonder, why can't I do that? Well, friend, you can. We can help you. We are Conspirowin. Conspirowin has a long history of helping anyone with a hidden truth. We will get your message out. The conspiracy theories you see today all started out with one person's vision. The moon landing hoax was launched by a NASA engineer whose manager didn't okay his vacation request. Conspirowin was there to help out. Christianity started out because one little girl named Mary got pregnant out of wedlock, and Conspirowin saved the day. Now, the virgin birth is accepted Catholic doctrine. You may be thinking, but my idea of the center of the earth being made of ice is far-fetched. No one's going to believe that. In a world where people believe windmills cause cancer, we say no dream is too big. Conspirowin will take your fledgling idea and feed it to our YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok operatives. And these savvy social media professionals will raise doubts with the prevailing scientific consensus. They will say no one has ever seen the planet's core except Jesus. And science is wrong all the time. That's why science has theories and not Jesus. Within 30 days, we guarantee you CNN will run a story on how your conspiracy theory isn't true. We will also give you 100% assurance Fox News will say your crazy idea about the Earth's core being an icy ball is true. Follow your heart. Listen to the voices no one else can hear. Team up with Conspirowin.
All right, there we go. So let's see. Kingdom in the flood. All right, so that guy says, yes, the classic God's evil and going to kill me because I don't want him. Is that wrong? That's not wrong. But just because I don't believe in your God creature or don't accept it, I get tormented consciously for eternity. Is that a loving father? No, it sounds more like a pit demon, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Your God creature reads more like a hideous fucking demon. Everything it does. Jesus, believe in Jesus or burn in fucking hell, right? Isn't that right? Go to God through Jesus or what, my friend? Or what? That's right. That's right. Let's see here. If Jesus kept all the old laws, then why does he say the only unforgivable sin is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit? Maybe he didn't like blasphemers. Part of the deal, I think, is he was actually going around trying to sell this religion. Speaking bad against the religion is bad, right? I think that's a good argument for why he would do that. It just kind of makes sense. Isn't it weird, though, that the only unforgivable sin is blaspheming the Holy Spirit? Not raping children. No. Not murdering people. No. Not mass murder. Nope. Talking bad about an imaginary creature. Interesting. Let's see here. And if Jesus kept the old laws, then why does he say... All right, so I just want to mention, so there's the whole thing. Where Jesus said, I did not come to destroy the laws, I came to uphold them or fulfill them. But by that mean like a police officer, to enforce them. But Christians don't want to believe that because then they would have to be Jews. And they don't want to be Jews. But the very next line, Jesus says, not a jot and tittle of the law, right? Not a jot and tittle shall be gone until the kingdom has come, right? Not a jot or tittle. Now, Paul, who came later, said, you don't have to worry about those things. Who are you going to trust? Paul or Jesus?
In a holy zone, Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats the scent that leads the way. Slate with a sniff so pure, Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the gold candle, don't even think.
easy loves. Agnosticism, listen to this. I love it. You guys just don't know, and that's fine. Agnosticism isn't inherently evil, it's just ignorant. Agnosticism. The definition of, I don't know. What a fucking idiot.
Got a house that